Good morning, friends. So I just want to take a minute here to kind of go over our course syllabus with you, show you where everything is, kind of go over what our policies in general are. Of course, hi, I am your instructor, Scott White. I don't have an office physically anywhere on campus, but you can get in touch with me by phone or by email, and that can be a phone call, text message, FaceTime, Google Duo, whatever. Um, the goal of our course this semester is we're going to build on the skills learned in English 2010 in this course, so that you will be better readers, writers, researchers, and hopefully thinkers along with that, which means that we are going to be doing a lot of writing, specifically building toward a larger argumentative paper at the end of the semester. Um, a whole bunch of small assignments, a couple medium-sized assignments, and then one large assignment at the very end. In order to be successful in this course, you are going to need to get the handbook. I primarily use that for citation help, but it does have a lot of other writing tips in there that I do reference throughout the semester. So it is very helpful, and I have chosen like the cheapest book that is available for a writing course. It's been in print forever. You can find used copies everywhere, so I strongly recommend it. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, then you've already finished your English 1010 class. I'm sure you can hear my helpers over there in the background. Um, this is an online class. Generally, if you've taken or if you're taking this class online, I assume that means you've taken other classes online, which you know means that they are not any easier than seated classes. They're just different. So instead of you having to sit down and listen to me lecture and do your small group work and whatever, then you'll get to carve out whatever time you can find to work on the class. Um, Pop in every day or two is my recommendation. It doesn't have to be for a really long time, but staying up with the class does help a lot. And the general rule at pretty much every university is that 1 credit hour should equal about 3 hours of work on your part per week. So since this is a 3 credit hour class, 9 hours. Um, I do have deadlines built into the class so that you're not just getting slammed with everything at the very end of the semester. That means that you're going to be turning in papers that are not as good. That means I'm having to read papers that are not as good. You're going to be less happy about it. I'm going to be less happy about it. Nobody wins at that point. So I do have deadlines to kind of space everything out. There are some major cognitive benefits to that in terms of just continuous engagement. Um, but also for those of you who are like me and need deadlines in order to function, then that way things are spaced out just a little bit more as well. For those of you who kind of chafe at deadlines, then you can work a little bit early, particularly if you know that stuff is coming up. You can turn in stuff about a week ahead of time. I might not grade it ahead of time, but you can turn it in just a little bit early. But try not to work more than about a week ahead, simply because then you'll be so far ahead of the class, it won't be at all helpful whenever it's time to double back and do peer reviews and things like that. Obviously, because I'm not seeing you in class, then I'm going to be getting information out to you a different way. So keep an eye on your email. I strongly recommend going through and looking at Canvas help if you're not super familiar with Canvas. Make sure that you are getting emails whenever I comment on your papers, and also whenever I send out announcements if you're not already. Um, I will respond to everything within 24 hours. That doesn't mean I can fix whatever problems you're having within 24 hours, but I will get back to you within 24 hours um, during the week. And I'm regularly available during business hours. Additionally, um, depending on how much I'm teaching in a given semester, some semesters I'm busier than others, but I will try to get like our smaller assignments back to you within about 72 hours. Um, there might be a couple papers in the semester that take me like 2 weeks because, they are the big, long, like mini research paper or things like that. Um, But generally speaking, then I'm going to have most stuff back to you within about a week. And if a week has gone by and you haven't heard anything from me, email me. That might mean that you turned it in and I missed it. That might mean that I'm just running behind, whatever. Email me if you're concerned about it at all. Not a problem. Um, if you know that you're going to have something this semester, you had a work trip that has been planned for months, or you won a vacation in a lottery, or you're going to be having a baby, or whatever else, let me know. I will work with you, turning stuff in early, turning stuff in late, whatever. Um, don't plan on doing that literally constantly, but if you've got things that cannot move, then yeah, you're a human being who's got a life. Of course, I'm going to work with you on that one because I still want you to succeed. Um, Regarding late work in this class, so each assignment does have a deadline. You can turn work in before the deadline, like I said, a week out for credit. And specifically for our papers in the class, not all of our assignments, just the papers. Um, if you get below a 70%, you can revise it a couple weeks after I give you your grade and comments on that first draft. If it's not turned in on time, it might not be accepted for credit and it might not be eligible for revision unless there is something that we have worked out beforehand. Um, Also, if you don't let me know beforehand that something's going to be in late, if there's a peer review, you will lose credit for that one as well. So give me just a little bit of warning. Like if you see that something's coming up, give me 48 hours ahead of time notice. Don't tell me you're going to be turning something in late 10 minutes before it's due. I would have figured that out the next morning. But if there are other things going on, let me know and I will do what I can to work with you. Um, you do have to pop in our class regularly. In this case, since it's an online class, literally every week. If you stop showing up, then you may be unofficially dropped from the class. I very rarely end up doing that, but I do reserve the right to do so. Um, you will notice on our syllabus page that we have a link to policies that apply to all Snow College classes. That includes things like Title IX, the American Disabilities Act, um, academic honesty, recognized holidays, things like that. Those are all available at that link that I have down there. And if you run into problems this semester, then if it's something about our course, if it's about English, if it's about our assignments, get in touch with me. You've got my number. If you're having trouble with your computer or with Badger Web or with the campus Wi-Fi, contact the IT help desk. Sometimes people run into problems getting into the library databases. That's actually a library problem usually, so you can contact the library directly. If you're having issues with Canvas, like things are not uploading properly or things like that, I can't fix that. Usually IT can't fix that. That's something that either the Teaching and Technology Center here on campus can help you with, or you can get in touch with Canvas directly. If you're on the website, then there's a little question mark in a circle that you can go to for them. Um, if you're on the app, I don't have it open in front of me, so I don't remember what it looks like, but there is a way to directly contact Canvas Help on there too. General breakdown of our semester. We have 4 big chunks. They are not all the same size. Module 1 is a week long, and it's just quick reading quiz and a discussion board so that I can make sure that you're here, that you're up to speed, so that you can get to know me, so that I can get to know you, blah, 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 all that kind of fun stuff. And then we get into our competencies unit. Technically, there are 5 units, but module 2 is split in half because the competencies are um, 2 to 3 weeks long, depending on the semester baby I'm recording right now. They are 2 to 3 weeks long. Sorry about that. And they are just really short assignments. Between the reading and the doing the actual assignment, I do not anticipate it'll take you more than an hour and a half. Usually a little bit less than that. The second part is kind of putting all of that together and just me getting a sense of you as a writer. Those are our short papers. I give you some topics, or you can pick your own, but they tend to go better if you use the topics that I give you just because I have made sure that they are appropriate for our assignment. Um, this is also going to run for just about 2 weeks, and you get to practice writing definitions and integrating opposing views. A lot of people are uncomfortable integrating opposing views into their work because they've never learned how to deal with them. So I want to make sure that you get some practice on that one too. Next one, again, usually runs between 2 and 3 weeks, is our research practice unit. So you're just taking one of the papers that you did for for unit 2B, and you are expanding on the same topic. You're not working with the same paper, but you're working with the same general idea, and you're doing some research and expanding on it. And then basically the entire second half of our semester is the research unit. And I'm going to be working with you step by step, assignment by assignment, to get you up to speed on writing a good research paper, researching for a good research paper, all of that fun stuff. I do use the standard grading scale for Snow College, which is to say the standard grading scale for most universities. Um, if you get 100, you get an A. We do not have an A plus here at Snow College. Don't at me about that. I don't like it either, but we don't. Um, but this is going to be the same as in most of your other courses, other than maybe like the occasional statistics course or something like that. And then generally, here is how our semester is going to break down. I kind of covered that already, but this way you've got it all written down there as well. And that leads us all to, by the time you are done with this class, you should be able to assess rhetorical situations and plan written responses that account for audience purpose, context, and genre. You should be able to organize effective arguments that engage readers, provide background, present compelling evidence, and expound to. You know what? You don't need me to read this off for you. I'm just going to leave this here for a second. Feel free to pause it if you want to read it in detail. You will see these listed on all of our assignments for this semester in some order or some combination, because I want you to know kind of what we're building toward with each of those assignments. Some of you won't care. That's fine. For some of you, this will be really helpful to kind of know what you're supposed to be getting out of it. Great. It's there for you. And they may or may not be color coded by the time they actually show up on the assignments as well. So that is our course for the semester, or our course syllabus for the semester. Thank you guys very much for your time, and I hope this has been helpful and will make it easier for you to succeed.